Hey y'all, it's Rick here with Uncommon Communion. It is Thursday evening, and man, what a day! What an evening. By the way, happy Good Trouble Day. And it looks like T Rump is in a lot more trouble today than he was at this time yesterday. So before we talk about that, and before I share with you something I did today that I'm really proud of and excited about and looking forward to doing again, has to do with that sign back there. I'll tell you a little bit about that. Um, let's start as we always start by remembering, recalling, and celebrating that we are always and everywhere in the holy presence of God and each other. So, you probably heard the news, and I don't want to dwell on it. This is not a live where I'm going to break the news or something like that. I was going to go on this evening and just talk about the Good Trouble rally that I went to and participated in a kind of a fun way, an exciting way. But I do have to say something about the three major stories that have come out with since 2 o'clock today. Now, two of them are about T Rump. One is about, as you probably have seen it, Stephen Colbert getting canceled by Paramount. And I want to start right there. Stephen Colbert is one of my heroes. He is, in so many ways, an inspiration to me. He's a man of faith, deep, sincere faith. He is a man of wisdom and logic and humor. And I just, can't speak highly enough of him. And the good news is Paramount is not canceling him immediately. I think it's like April of 2026. I don't know the month, but 2026 was after it. So it's not like tomorrow, right? So he's not being fired, I guess. He's just not being renewed. But here's the thing. It is clear, again, from the cowards at CBS, and you can find out, you probably know all the stuff that they have absolutely capitulated to. It isn't surprising. And yet it is still deeply disappointing and perhaps for Colbert liberating. I hope he comes here on Substack. I love what Terry Moran is doing. I love what Jim Acosta is doing, what Joy Reid is doing, what Don Lemon is doing. All of these folks who had platforms on the networks left or got fired for speaking the truth. They're here on Substack, and they are doing amazing, amazing work. I love to follow them. I love to watch them. I hope Colbert joins us here. And I hope he is thinking about a run for president. I could see that. We need someone with a profile. We need someone who is articulate, who is funny. I've been thinking for a long time Jon Stewart could be a possibility, but I think Stephen Colbert may be even better. Or maybe they make a ticket. What do you think? Or maybe one of them and Samantha Bee. I don't know. But that's what we need. We need something like that. That's a little down the road. First things first. Two things today about T Rump, right? Most recently was, as you probably have seen it, the Wall Street Journal article about a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge letter and drawing that he gave to Jeffrey Epstein. It is bonkers, y'all. And he writes as the little last piece there about a secret, about something about secrets kept or something like that. Wow. What kind of secret do you think, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Trump is referring to? Well, the good news is with this release by the Wall Street Journal, it is more likely, I think, today than ever before that we are going to see something significant be released, whether it's formally released, whether it continues to be leaked, whether it's forced by Congress. Right now, as we speak, the bill that the Senate wants to push through to be able to gut public television and other types of funding, it is being held up by another vote that the House wants the House wants the members to take as an amendment to put them again on the record about whether or not the files should be released. And keep in mind, the other day, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson said, yes, they should be released. In no uncertain terms, he said that. So that's interesting. And also, today, T Rump was diagnosed with this common vein condition, right? Which was leaked. That was not something that the White House wanted to put out. That was something that came out. But it was probably, almost certainly, And I just got this from Rick Wilson. If you don't listen to Rick Wilson and the folks over at the Lincoln Project, listen to them. They are one of my favorite sources, among many at this point. But here's what he said is they leaked that, the White House leaked T. Rump's medical condition to hopefully distract from the Epstein situation. So that shows how desperate they are. That shows how desperate they are. And oh, by the way, this vein condition that they're trying to describe, and the other constellation of symptoms, the hand and the skin, and sleepiness, falling asleep, the dementia, rambling about the Unabomber. Other experts call that condition congestive heart failure, which is not something that is going to take a life immediately, but he is not well. He is not well. And we all know that great stress and great difficulty does not make a person better if they have no way to handle it. And he certainly doesn't. So enough about current events, breaking news. You can get all that elsewhere. I want to share about what I did today. So I went to Uptown Westerville, which, again, if you're a local listener or watcher, you know what I'm referring to. And I took a little sign. It's back there behind me. I will put a picture of it when I do my post later on today. When I do my written post for tomorrow, I'll put a picture of it so you can read it, maybe share it. But I took that. I took a little pocket Constitution, which I left downstairs. I don't have it to refer to. I took a microphone, which turned out to not have a charge. So I had to do this the old school way. Voice, projection, coach's voice. And y'all, I just read the Constitution. I just stood there on the street and read the Constitution. And it was amazing. It was amazing. And what was amazing to me about it was the impact that it had, that people cheered, people listened, people watched, people applauded. It wasn't everybody, because again, they were shouting, they were cheering. I probably was kind of annoying because I was moving from place to place, but I did something significant, and I did something I want to do again. Somebody said to me, and I want to do this, and I want to encourage others to do this. It's not hard, right? It's not hard. And it shouldn't be controversial. It's not a political thing. It's the Constitution of the United States, right? And somebody said to me, Rick, you should just do this on a corner. Stand on a corner on a day when there's no protest, on a day when there's traffic, people walking by, and just read. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I hope others do too. And I hope you join this. And I hope we just start doing this, y'all. Just pick up a microphone if you have one, take a bullhorn, find a book. I went to the library afterwards, found this book right here from 2020. OMG, WTF, what does the Constitution actually say? It's got the Constitution in here. I think next time I do this, I'm going to read the Constitution from here. It's kind of a bigger print. I was reading it from a little pocket guide, but it also has a cover. So, this was part of the attention. Also, and again, you'll see the picture of this in my my post that I'll put out for tomorrow. I'm not going to spoil my own thunder, but I wanted to do a photo op, and I wanted to do something symbolic. So Uptown Westerville, which was known as the dry capital of the world, has a little monument, memorial, I don't know what you call it, to the Prohibition Amendment and the repeal of Prohibition Amendment. And I thought, it's got a little perch. How cool would it be to read those amendments as part of my whole reading of the Constitution from right there? And I took a picture. I had a picture taken. And I'm not going to tell you who took it. There's a little story about that. But again, read my post tomorrow. Share this, y'all. Share my posts. Subscribe. Would love you to. And get the word out. I think we are at an inflection moment right now. And rather than wait, we got to step on the gas here, y'all. We got to keep our integrity. We got to keep our compassion and our love and our nonviolence. We got to keep making good trouble. That's what I put on my sign. Let's make good trouble. And I put that on there in case anybody said to me, like, hey, you can't do this. And maybe if I had the mic, somebody would have said, hey, you can't have a microphone. So it's probably a good thing I didn't have a mic, because I was just one dude reading, shouting perhaps, but one dude just reading the Constitution, our document, your document, my document, our document, in a public place. So, wow, y'all, I am tired. My voice is spent. who was, I'm going to miss this quote. I'm not going to look it up, but I think it was Fannie Lou Hamer said, "My feet are tired, but my spirit is strong," right? And that's how I'm feeling today, y'all. I want to close with a prayer that we have been praying, that I pray a lot as a person in recovery, and that is the Serenity Prayer. And for me, this is such a prayer of hope, and it's a prayer of reality. It's a prayer of truth. It's a prayer of boundaries and recognizing what we can and cannot do, right? And praying for the wisdom and the discernment to know what we can do. So today, y'all, I can't change the fact that we have 2 Republican senators in Ohio. I can change that later. I can campaign and work and so forth. I can't change that today. But what could I do today? What did many of you do today? You went out to a rally. You carried a sign. You said a chant. I did a little more than that. Maybe you can do that next time. Maybe you'll do it with me, join me, so my voice doesn't get so tired. But nevertheless, there's a lot we can do. And let's do it. Let's do it. So here we go. Pray with me. I like to use the plural version of the Serenity Prayer. God grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Thy will, not mine, be done. Amen. Happy Good Trouble Day to y'all. Blessing and good. Be gentle. Be well.